Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today is Wednesday, which means it's Top 5 Wednesday, and today's topic is book tropes you hate. So as per usual, Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey over on Ginger Reads Lainey, and I will link her channel as well as the Goodreads group down below so you can check them out and participate if you'd like to. So just before I start this video, I just want to give a quick shout out and thank you to Lainey from Ginger Reads Lainey because she shouted me out in her last Top 5 Wednesday video, and that was just the sweetest thing in the world to wake up to, and I cannot thank her enough. So Lainey, if you are watching this, thank you so much. I can't believe it. You're just the greatest. So I'm pretty thrilled about today's topic because personally I love ranting about things that I hate. So this topic is just perfect for that, and I'm so excited to get to tell you guys my top 5 most hated tropes. This list was really hard for me to narrow down because I have so many book tropes that I hate, and just tropes in general that I hate. I could honestly make a whole series of videos on tropes that I hate. I could make one on tropes that I hate in YA, romance tropes that I hate, tropes about women that I hate, tropes I hate about villains, tropes I hate about heroes. The list goes on and on and on. But today I have to narrow it down to my very top 5. So before I get started, I just want to make an honorable mention least favorite trope to the one and only love triangle, because I had to cut it out of my list, but I have to mention it in here because, man, do I hate love triangles. I've seen very few love triangles done well, and most of the time they just piss me off because they're unnecessary, they're unrealistic, and they don't do anything to further the story. And personally, I just think it's kind of a lazy way for the author to add in some interest into the plot of their story that I personally just don't buy into. So I just had to get that one out of the way before I get into my official list. So let's get started into my official list of top 5 most hated tropes. Coming in at number 5 is insta-love. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of insta-love. Every time I read it in a book or a series, I'm just automatically turned off by it. I don't find it interesting, I find it cheap, I don't find it realistic. How many times in your life have you gone out and seen someone and automatically knew, this is it, this is the person that I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life, that's it. I don't understand why authors keep doing it. Cut out the insta-love, we've had enough. Thank you. Number 4 on my list is the Virgin Mary trope. Now, this is when usually a female character is praised for her virginity or lack of sexual experience or knowledge. Now, I find this trope to be extremely sexist because usually you only see it within female characters. Usually male characters are praised for the amount of sexual experience that they have, and this isn't even just in books, it's in TV, it's in movies, it's in real life, and I honestly hate every time I come across it in a book. Sexual experience does not make you less pure than someone who has no sexual experience. So I don't understand why it's portrayed as attractive a lot of the time in literature. And I don't understand how a female character is somehow more pure or more interesting or more appealing if she is a virgin. It just makes no sense to me, and I honestly think that it's degrading and it's slut-shaming, if you really think about it, and I hate it. I really hate it. Number 3 on my list is the token gay friend. Now, this can extend to the token minority friend as well, but for now I'm specifically talking about the token gay friend, where there's one character in the book who is usually kind of like the sidekick or the best friend to the main protagonist, and they are gay, and their only character is the fact that they are gay. They have no personality aside from the fact that they are not straight. Now, I just have a lot of problems with this trope in general. Being gay is not someone's personality, it's their sexuality, and it has nothing to do with their personality. And I feel like it's just this overused stereotype that has just taken over a lot of characters in literature, and it's just really frustrating and irritating to see because it is not an accurate portrayal of someone who is gay in any sort of way. I feel like a lot of the time authors just add in the token gay friend to say that they added in some diversity into their book, where personally I feel like it's not really diversity if you just add in a character to be gay, because like I said before, being gay is not your personality, it's your sexuality. And it's just a really, really irritating trope to see because it's completely inaccurate and completely offensive. And this trope doesn't even necessarily have to be the friend to the main protagonist. Sometimes even in literature that is about a character who is part of the LGBTQ plus community, their only personality in the story is the fact that they are not straight. And it's just so ridiculous to me that I just cannot stand it. I absolutely cannot stand it. The minute I read something like that, I have to close the book and put it away because I can't do it. Number 2 on my list is definitely one of the most irritating tropes in the world to me, and that's the physical strength equals strong female character trope. I absolutely despise this trope because who on earth decided that your physical strength determines your strength of character? Those two things are not related in any sort of way. Just because a female character is not some kick-ass assassin or warrior does not mean she's not a strong female character. You can definitely have a strong female character who does not have much physical strength at all. You can have a female character who's really good at school, who's really bad at school, who's really clumsy, who's really good at any sport, who does theater, who likes singing, who likes lying around in her bed and reading all day, who marathons 4 seasons of Gilmore Girls at once, and she can still be a strong female character. Just because she's not slaying demons or just because she's not training to become an assassin does not mean she is not a strong character. And I'm so tired of seeing this trope. I feel like it's everywhere. I feel like every time someone decides to write a strong female character nowadays, they always decide to portray that through her physical strength. And like I said, physical strength does not determine strength of character. Give me female characters who cry, who whine, who can't even throw a punch, who have never played a sport in their entire life, but who are still good people and who still want to do the right thing, even if they can't slay a dragon. I am all there for those female characters. I am 100% supporting them, and I want to see more of them. And number 1 on my list, my absolute least favorite trope, is the plain Jane. I can't stand this trope. Let me give you a few examples of some characters that represent the plain Jane. Juliet from the Shatter Me series. Bella Swan from the Twilight Saga. Clary Frey from the Mortal Instruments series. The plain Jane is typically a character who sees herself as plain, boring, simple looking, and just generally unattractive. However, almost always, she's straight, she's white, she's thin, and she's conventionally attractive. Now, I have 2 main problems with this trope. First, it's that the female characters are all straight, white, thin, and conventionally attractive. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with being straight or white or conventionally attractive, but it's seen everywhere, and there's absolutely no other representation because it's portraying only one type of female in literature when there's a whole world of people who are different races, who have different body types, who have different sexualities. It's just portraying one type of girl, and that's so inaccurate. It's not really relatable for a lot of people because how many girls in the world can fit into that category? Only so many, because there are so many different people in this world who do not fit into that little stereotype. Even though in some of these books the characters do grow to learn to like themselves and like the way that they look and find themselves attractive, which is always a good thing because it's character growth, the reason behind why that happens is what I have a problem with. And that's usually because her male love interest points it out to her. I absolutely hate this because it's sexist and it says, A, that a female character will only notice her worth if a male character points it out to her, and B, that a female character's attractiveness is only dependent on if a male character finds her attractive. I just have so many issues with this trope. It's just everywhere and it's so frustrating to me and I just want it gone. I honestly can't stand it anymore, and every time I come across it in a book, it just makes me want to rip my hair out because it's just so frustrating that this is still something that is going on in literature, especially YA literature, which appeals to an audience of mostly young girls. And I feel like that's a really big issue that needs to be addressed. So there you go, guys. That is it. That is my list of top 5 tropes that I hate. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Sorry if it got a little bit ranty, but kind of had to go there because I'm passionate about tropes that I hate because there's so many of them, and so many of them just frustrate me to no end. Leave a comment down below and let me know what your least favorite book tropes are, because I will definitely talk to you about it, because if you couldn't tell from the rest of this video, I really, really love this topic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! My absolute favorite Dr. Seuss book ever. I read it so many times when I was a little kid, and every time I look at it again, it just makes me feel nostalgic.